Ladies and gents, let's look at the Frost Mage. I gave this thing a fucking kick-ass review when Alpha came out. I had a total fucking blast with it, besides the fact that Frostfire Bolt now had a cast time. Ugh, absolutely fucking gross, dude. Playing it was like, it was just like sticking your feet in the mud every time you got what was supposed to be a really exciting proc. But we had things like fucking 3 Fingers of Frost, we had Prismatic Crystal, which on the face of it looks shit, but turns out to be totally awesome, Comet Storm, which is badass, and Ice Novas and Stable Magics and all this kind of shit. So where is it now? Where is it now? I'm sure many of you who are interested in raiding have been checking the streams and watching Frost Mages decimate. Not just fucking win, not just kick some ass, but decimate. And is it still the same way? I'm glad to say, oh yes! Oh yes! Some people are complaining about it. We'll bring that up. We always look at what is some people who are permanent mages think is actually a bad thing. But first and foremost, I fucking love this thing. We had Frostfire Bolt changed back to instant cast. Magnifique. We did lose the 3rd Finger of Frost charge. That was taken away, which is a huge bummerino. When we fire off our fucking Frozen Orb, you'll be surprised exactly how many Fingers of Frost charges you actually miss, even while you're spamming away, especially in big AoE packs. It was always nice to have that 3rd charge there, because it did lead to some nice extra deeps, which was super cool. But we lost it. They took it away. They took their ball and they went home, and in return we got instant cast Frost Firebolt. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's so nice. The mobility. Gotta remember, Warlords of Draenor is the big expansion of casters not being able to do shit on the move. And, of course, the Frost Mage is answering in kind in the PvE world by saying, I can do lots of shit on the move. So go and fuck yourself. Combined with things like Ice Flows, which I personally think is my favourite. Ice Flows, which should get us out 3 Frost Bolts if needs be. If we don't have any procs, you have them weird dry spells sometimes with Frost where shit's just not procking. You get the Ice Flows there to just back you up in those situations. And everything works out really nicely. The spec is just fun. You're a mobile turret of frozen pain. And I absolutely fucking adore it. Playing it every time is just a blast. So so much going on, so much interaction. I'm not setting a rotation. It's not this spec isn't about rhythm. It's not about rhythm, it's about peaks and troughs, but there are way more peaks than there are troughs, and those odd troughs just give you a moment to go, breathe and relax. I'm actually really cool with the talent system as well. I gave a lot of shit to Prismatic Crystal, but then I started using it, and the fact that when you spawn it, your character auto locks onto it, really nice. You can have some weird moments if you time your buttons wrong. Let's say you cast like Frozen Orb 2nd or something like that, or you try and just fire off something after your Prismatic Crystal goes down for whatever fucking reason, because you're a goofball. You'll have to retarget it, but when you summon your Prismatic Crystal, your character is automatically targeting it, and you can just go balls to the wall on it, which means your setup and execution is much easier. And I really like that, because you can pull off some crazy things. I particularly like things like Ice Nova. I'm just getting used to using it. I have been using Frost Bomb. So we should bring up Frost Bomb before we go into Ice Nova, is that it has altered. Many mages are typically of the opinion that bombs, and they're correct in this, should be used on cooldown. Regardless, right? That's how we're used to it in Mists of Pandaria. Bomb on cooldown. Well, Frost Bomb isn't really like that anymore. Frost Bomb is now a debuff. You put a debuff on the target and it's affected by Ice Lances. It's basically the Ice Lance buffer. Which means if you don't have any Fingers of Frost charges to fire off some Ice Lances, your Frost Bomb is absolute fucking wank. It's a big pile of shit. But that's on you. You have to get out of the habit of using Frost Bomb on cooldown. Now you're looking to go, oh, I've got Fingers of Frost coming up, or I've got my brand new Water Jet. Yes, your new pet ability, Water Jet, which is so fucking cool. It generates charges of Fingers of Frost for you. It's usable on bosses. You remember those old bosses that didn't take effect of freeze and you didn't get any charges? Well, now we've got Water Jet. Instead of using your freeze, shares a cooldown and will in fact give you Fingers of Frost charges. So you know this shit's coming up. Drop a debuff, the Frost Bomb debuff on that target, you're going to get mad execution. Similar with Frozen Orb. Ooh, my Frozen Orb's up on this AoE pack. Let me drop a Frost Bomb on this motherfucker and then go ahead and do that. Should be noted, however, Prismatic Crystal was nerfed a little bit, which means you can no longer, like, cleave off it. So you're splitting Ice Lances, you're not going to get that cleave effect. It's an intended change because Prismatic Crystal is super powerful when used correctly, and I'm fine with it. Again, you've got to be fine with some give and take. Yes, would it be nice if I could also cleave and bomb everything off the Prismatic Crystal and just do ridiculous amounts of deeps? Yeah, of course it would. But at some point, you have to draw the line and say, it's okay. We'll leave it alone for now. That's all right, Blizz. All right, fine. It's alright. I'm having fun elsewhere. Ice Nova. It replaces your Frost Nova, but actually does damage from range on AoE targets. Not a great deal, but it's something. It's something. Freezes all the targets. You're looking to do a running freeze. You can do that now with Ice Nova. I actually really like it. Frost Nova does come in handy every now and again when we're in a PvE environment, but Ice Nova certainly comes in handy far more often, I find. And does a little bit of damage on top of that. Unstable Magic is unstable magic. Does what it does on the tin. Every now and again, something will blow up when you do a Frost Fireball. And that's okay. That's alright. It's kind of a passive. It's not really controlled, which is why I prefer things that are within my control. Frost Bomb is going to be probably the go-to for people who are able to set up a lot of Fingers of Frost charges during that debuff period, and therefore that works kind of well. You've got something for everybody. You've got a nice passive, which will do rather well, but you've also got a couple of things that you can control, and therefore you'll get better results out of it. So, all in all, good shit. Good shit. It's kind of sad on that side for Frost specifically, is like the other level 100 talents are unlikely to get a look in compared to Prismatic Crystal. Comet Storm is awesome graphically. It looks fucking fantastic. And Thermal Void is really boring. Your Iceland extends your icy veins by 2 seconds. Ah, woohoo. It does, I mean, it makes sense, right? Icy Veins giving us all that haste, if you can glyph it and do some other stuff with it. But when we cast Icelands, we don't really get the benefit of that. So it's going to allow you to get the full benefit of having all those Icy Veins charges while you're doing your good shit. But Prismatic Crystal, so much better. Lines up perfectly with Frozen Orb for Frost, and it's delicious. Much deliciousness coming out of it. Very happy with it. I'm really happy with how Mirror Image has changed as well. Mirror Image now being a talent. You can pick it up, and they're really fucking powerful. And then there's Rune of Power. Sorry, I had to bring it up. But yeah, Rune of Power still exists. Cool. Cool. I'd rather have an on-demand cooldown. Thank you very much. Incanter's Flow, another passive which is out of your control, building up your spell damage and then building it back down again. It's Mirror Image is just good. A nice on-demand cooldown. Looks cool. Your Mirror Images kick fucking ass. Rune of Power. Sorry, it still makes me laugh that it's in the game. It's just unbelievably bad. But there you go. There you go. Alter Time back on the talents is no longer like a DPS cooldown, which is okay. It was alright. It was one of those fiddly things to set up. Good mages are going to miss it, especially with things like setting up a Frost Firebolt and 2 Fingers of Frost charges. It was always nice to alter time while under those effects and get double the whammy, bang for your buck. But you're going to pick up that lack of gameplay elsewhere. So it's nothing to complain about. All in all, Frost is looking to be the go-to spec for mages when we launch in Warlords of Draenor, and I'm super happy about it. I'm biased a little bit. Frost has always been my favourite of the mage specs, easily. It's more interesting, I find, and I'm really happy to see it finding a true and permanent looking place. Permanent in exclamation marks in the PvE world. What's bad about it? Stuff like deep freeze, and I totally get this. There have been many occasions I've wanted to deep freeze. Deep freeze is now a kind of weak sauce, nerfed stun, only usable on frozen targets, and freeze breaks really easily, therefore it's kind of shit. You do get Frostjaw in its place, which I was getting plenty of use out in certain situations. Warlords of Draenor dungeons do require you to not just be a straight-up DPSer on many occasions, and having Frostjaw at my beck and call was absolutely vital in many situations when counterspell, etc. was off cooldown. So I'm more than happy with that. I'm okay with it. The deep freeze change sucks. Yes, it does. It's kind of pointless now, I would say. It does feel pointless. I mean, usable on Frozen, you get it. It fucking sucks. But on top of that, we still keep our usual tricks, you know, our Spell Steal. We still got our Time Warp, our Remove Curse, which, guys, you're going to be using. Yep, you heard it first. You're going to be decursing again, mages. Some of you will be gleefully happy that you have some sort of role to play, and some of you will be like, don't want to decurse, I'm a DPSer. I get it. I know where you're coming from. We've got to talk a little bit about our mega cooldown, Amplify Magic. It is glorious. I do forget to use it on many occasions. Why? Because I'm still a DPSer, and I bring Time Warp, motherfucker. I'm here bringing Bloodlust up in this bitch. I don't want to be doing other stuff, but yeah, it's a mega cooldown. 10% extra healing received. Obviously, in a raid environment, you marry that up with some healing fucking tides or some tranquilities from the big boys, divine hymns, whatever you source. And that's going to be really powerful. 10% extra healing on shit like that is just crazy. And of course, it affects all the other heals that are already on the targets at the time. Only lasts 6 seconds, but a 6-second super duper uber mega heal is enough to change a fucking wipe into a kill. Any situation. Frost, looking glorious in my eyes, guys. I can't say enough about it. I've just had so much fun with it. I wish I could spend more time with it over this period, but we've got many other specs to see. Enjoy your time with Frost, my friends. Because I know I did. I know I did. And I know some people feel it's a little watered down. I don't feel it. I think it's got some nice benefits. Water jet and all the talents work really well. Kaboom, baby. Fucking kaboom.